A lot of people say follow, share, like for more videos. Don't do that. There's so much content being put out in the world right now.
Yeah.
And there's so many people creating very, very similar things. How do I stand out and how do I create something that reaches people despite the fact that there's thousands of videos on the same phone? What do you like? And figure out how to combine the stuff that you like or the things that you relate with to your videos. Pick the madhouse, stand in front of your madhouse and film in front of your madhouse, because not a lot of people are filming in front of madhouses. Steady storytelling. Just figure out, anytime you watch a video, figure out what this guy is doing. You know, like, how did they catch me in? That's my cover. Share this video with your friends, 100%. I forget to say that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another week. I hope your 2026 is going the way my 2026 is going. More money for your pockets, more blessing in your family. My elevators are always elevating. Charlie, this wonderful episode has a very special guest. I have one of my favorite people on social media, one of the smartest people I know. This guy has deep brains, right?
There you go.
Welcome, my brother Sean.
Thank you, bro.
Sean, please tell them to like and subscribe. Because I say it all the time. This is your camera. Tell them to like and subscribe, please.
There's a lot of value being provided here. You are learning a lot. The only free thing you can do to support this so that we can bring bigger guests and we can do a better job here and make you happy is to hit the subscribe button. So just hit it right now so that I don't forget. Like, right now. Okay, you hit them. Correct. Nice.
Sharp. Bro,
Charlie.
how's your day going?
Okay. Wake up early. I feel tired, but we're here.
What's making you tired? What's taking all your time?
What's taking all my time? A lot of planning into the year. You know, like we want to systemize the content that we are creating so that we can actively say, right, when I say, I have 5 videos coming out next month, I know exactly what videos are coming out and how far we're at with those videos. So
when someone asks you who Sean is, because I don't see you as a content creator, to be honest. I feel you are deeper than that. I see you like some Al Jazeera.
Hey, you carry me go.
No, like for real, bro, because if we put you in the same basket as everybody on TikTok or in the same basket as everybody on Spotlight, I think it's doing a disservice to what you do. What would be the best description you give yourself?
So funny enough, somebody asked me this question like 3 days ago. It's like if someone wanted to ask me who I am or how they want to see me on the internet, what would I say? And I thought about it for like 30 minutes. And then I told them I want to be seen as a weird guy who tells stories, compelling stories about products and people, and also is able to explain very, very difficult concepts basically for anybody to understand. And so on the internet, that is my job, to explain concepts, explain it easily, but also tell it in a way that you will connect with. And that is through stories.
I want to do a special request. I want to do a video.
Okay.
I want to see this video soon. I want you to do a video on Schrodinger's cat.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I would have to explore that. It means that I'll have to do a lot of deep research into it so that I can break it down.
That's one of my favorite like physics concepts. It's I think that would be a very good video.
It would.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for video idea stuff. So it would be good to
write it down.
Let me write it down.
It's really, I really like the video on the exposure triangle.
Okay. Yeah. Me and Manuel.
Yeah. You need to feature me in one of these videos.
Pull up, bro.
Whenever, let me know.
We can do it. Whenever. Busy man like you. Whenever, bro.
Let me know.
We can do it. But yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
That's where we're at.
So the weird guy that tells stories.
Right.
When did this start?
When did this kind of version of me or
no, when did the whole thing start? So we can
start?
break it into 2.
Okay.
The pre-version and the matured version.
Okay.
Because I have seen the transition.
Right.
I used to watch you way back. When you were sweating.
Yeah.
I used to watch you way back.
Yes. Okay. So when did it start? I find it very hard to answer this question because I don't know the exact date. I have to actually check on my page. But I started maybe in like 2022. I was in school still. And the reason people ask me why did I start, the reason why I started is because I thought it was just something cool. Like I saw other people do it. I saw MKBHD do it. I saw Mr. Who's the Boss do it, you know. And then I came to Ghana and I saw Rekakwa and I saw Delpi and I saw Desi. I was like, this is something I can do. I can talk about tech because because at the time I was very, very big on tech. So I can talk about tech stuff on the internet. So I posted a couple of videos in like 2022 when I was in school. Those videos, I didn't even show my face. You know, like Apple has a memoji thing. So you see the FaceTime, you can
I think I've seen a couple of those videos.
Exactly. So I was just using my memoji speaking.
Which animal was it? Was it like a rat?
No, it was my face. So it was my face.
Okay, so then
but
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. It's probably a different person.
Yeah, that's
but
probably a different person.
It was my face. So my memoji itself, and then I just used it to say stuff. You know?
Right.
Those videos never got anywhere because they were just terrible. But yeah, I did that, and then I showed my face. I think in 2023, the first video I showed my face, I don't know for real, but I showed my face and I was like screaming at the car. It's like, this is what you have to do. And people in the comments were saying like, bro, why are you shouting at us? But it's fine. So we did that for a while. And then after school, which is after Presec.
You went to Presec?
I did.
Lego and Presec?
Yes, Lego.
You're not that year?
I am. Yeah.
I never knew that.
Funny enough, I haven't talked about it as publicly as you would expect. But yeah, I'm on that year. Proud.
I'm also on that year.
Oh, nice.
How?
Light work.
How did you know this?
We connect. I mentioned it at the place when we were at PK Folson's event.
Really?
But maybe you were in the room at the time.
Right.
But yeah, so I finished Presec, and then I decided I didn't want to go to uni, at least immediately. And so had to have a difficult conversation with my parents, blah, blah, blah. We can fast forward through that. And then I decided in 2024 to do this thing consistently, create videos on the internet, right? So it was just tech videos, giving tech tips, you know, like just this is what you need to do if your phone is facing this problem, this is what you those kind of videos. And over the next year, that is 2024, ending 2024, I got really, really good at it, you know, because what you understand is that the more reps you do, the better you understand which videos work and how they work, you know. So I did that. And then, so that's the first part. That's version 1. It's like tips videos, iPhone tips, computer tips, tech, you know. And then at the end of 2024, getting into 2025, and a lot of the time in 2025, I was facing like basically an identity crisis because I felt like these tip videos were not as creatively fulfilling as I expected them to be. And so I wanted to make more and I wanted to make better videos, you know. And so for a lot of the time in 2025, I was just struggling to figure out where to go. And I did a video for one of the German people in 2024, late 2024, and it was like basically storytelling. And I was like, bro, that was so cool.
Really cool.
You know, it was a very, very hard project. It was very, very hard. But when I finished it and I watched it, I was like, that is amazing. I wonder if I can do more of this. And so through a lot of reflections and watching other people do it and trying to figure out, we landed on Weird Guy who tells compelling stories now.
Wow. I really love, bro, I love you as a person. I love you as a character.
Thank you, me too.
Because it's, how do I say this? It's getting some of the most unexpected things from the most unexpected sources. Like I'm scrolling through TikTok the whole day and just, you know, like, I don't want to say trash, but if you look at my For You page, I feel I treat my algorithm like I don't even give people my phone so that they watch the wrong video and it messes up my algorithm. People are like, bro, it's not that deep, but it is that deep for me because I like to curate what I see on my feed. Like it's very funny enough. I even have different accounts on YouTube for different things, so I don't like to get things mixed up, right? So it's like really refreshing when you're just scrolling and you just get to, because I do taking a lot of educational content on TikTok. But when it gets presented the way you do, it's extremely refreshing. Tell me about storytelling.
Okay, storytelling. So I would say if anybody asks me what a story is, I tell them a story is change. It is like you were this kind of person, something happened, and then you became a different kind of person. So that is basically what a story is. Now, that manifests in itself in different ways. So we have stories about products, we have stories about people, we have stories about events, stories about different things. But on a very basic level, you were this, something happened, and then you became this. And so for me, one of the things that I focus a lot on that I've been learning about in storytelling generally is cartoons. Cartoons fascinate me so much because they're able to bring things that are not live to life. You know, like if you think about a cartoon like Cars by Pixar, we essentially build characters in these inanimate objects, and when Lightning McQueen wins the race or doesn't win the race, I feel something. And that is my thought process of like what a story is.
Right.
It is this change that is happening that will make me connect with it and I feel something, whether it is an inanimate object, whether it is humans, whether it is whatever.
Right. And there's a deliberate attempt for the viewer to feel the connection. I was studying something
100%.
about how some of these movies are written and some of how characters are introduced in if you look in my brain, it's a whole lot of piece of junk, right?
Right.
But that's how I just spend my time. Reddit, looking at, stuff. But anyway, and I learned how they did that to the extent that now I can even predict when a character is about to be killed because I just see the signs. Like,
Right.
they have you get an emotional connection to the character by showing the character very humane
They
as
give him
possible.
more screen time.
Like this guy's about to be
They
killed.
Exactly.
Yeah, so but I appreciate the learning process that goes to what you're doing, and it's showing in your outputs. There's a bit of learning, and I love that. Right? Let's go into why you believe your type of content does better than the average content. We are two type of content creators, right? We can see the momentum at which your page is growing.
Right.
You have brands reaching out to you.
Definitely, yeah.
And you have somebody that is also doing content. Let's say this is a iPhone 17 plus XYZ. Look at it. I've unboxed it. And that video gets 1,000 views at best. And you do the same thing, you get 100,000 plus. Right? How could I just put storytelling into something as basic as a mobile phone on my table? Or how can I put storytelling on my podcast for it to make sense the way Sean does?
Okay. So first of all, like I think we need to set a basic, like I think we need to agree on something, that there's so much content being put out in the world right now.
Yeah.
And there's so many people creating very, very similar things, right? And so the problem that brings is that if anybody wants to cut through, it is the easiest, like anybody can create videos right now and reach 1 million views. Like it is the easiest it has ever been. But it's also kind of the hardest it has ever been, because if you do something generic, no one will see, right? And so, okay, the question becomes, okay, that is the case now. How do I stand out, and how do I create something that reaches people despite the fact that there's thousands of videos on the same phone or on the same device? We need to lean into us and what is unique to us. And so for people, like for most people, they'll just, this is Delpy. I like Delpy's videos. I just copy the way Delpy. Nah. What do you like? And figure out how to combine the stuff that you like or the things that you relate with to your videos. So for example, I'll give you a very practical example. If Delpy is shooting in his studio or if I am shooting my studio because I do have a studio now, that is my reality now. Maybe you live in a madhouse. That is your reality. But that is also unique. Pick the madhouse, stand in front of your madhouse and film in front of your madhouse, because not a lot of people are filming in front of madhouses.
Yeah, and so wants to be in a studio.
Exactly. And so you essentially just cut through by virtue of the fact that you are unique. On the subject of storytelling, since humans were created, we have been wired to essentially feel storytelling and be attentive whenever someone is telling a story. Because if you think back to when we're living in communities, if I go out and I face a lion and I'm able to defeat that lion, I come back to my community, I'm supposed to be able to tell my community how I did that. And if I have the storytelling skill of telling them so that they understand what to do and they are engaged in the first place to even listen to what I'm saying, it means that it will save their life too, because the next time they see a lion, they'll be able to remember, Sean told a story, and they get there. So it is hardwired in our brains to be attentive to stories. In the social media landscape, we need to be able to transfer that there. It's a little bit harder because you are not in person, so the person can't hear you physically, or they can't see a lot of your facial expressions downwards, but you can still carry the same thing through because they are principles and beats in storytelling that when you pick from real life, you can just transfer into the virtual space. So what I would say is like, don't say you want to create storytelling like I do, because everybody's storytelling is different. I would say lean into who you are and the type of stuff that is unique to you, but at the same time, steady storytelling. Just figure out, anytime you watch a video, figure out what this guy is doing. You know, like, how did they catch me in? How are they keeping me? And how are they ending me? And like in that scenario, you'll be able to understand the basics of what is happening. And we can get into that too.
I like that. But let's get into that. I want to hear you speak more, because I believe the future of social media and the future of content is gradually going to go into that storytelling mode, right? Because early on, we had movies that run for up to 3 hours. Right. Your average movie, 2 hours, something minutes. And it came down to an hour, 45 minutes, still around that same frame.
90 minutes. Yeah.
Exactly. And then short form content came. Right. Now, you're having from anywhere from 60 seconds to about 3-4 minutes to do something for it to stick. We have to then introduce the topic, have somebody be curious, and then give a proper conclusion. And conclusions are very important, because Game of Thrones taught me, if you don't conclude well,
people forget that you were good.
Right. So it has to be a good conclusion. And now we are finding it as a unique art form. It's a martial art on its own, right?
100%.
Put a story in 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So I really want us to go into the art of storytelling, right? I want to, after this conversation, I want to have been able to say, okay, these are certain key principles, certain key steps that I can look at the camera and say, okay, how can I pick somebody's curiosity with this? Because, bro, I didn't care about exposure triangles. Like, it's something that I knew about. But how you presented it, I was like, bro.
Cool.
Like, so, like, bro, and I'm talking too much. But even if some of these, I feel even some of these things could be, applied in our schools, the students can even learn better.
100%.
Right? So a teacher might even be watching. How can I take square roots and make it into a story that people can understand? Sean, we need that method. Give us the Sean method. I know everybody has to lean into their unique nature, but show us how to tell stories with anything.
Let's get into it. So let's get into the fundamentals. I like to speak about it in terms of social media, because that's where I work. So we can apply it in teaching and everywhere, but let's do social media. So from the basic level, what we are trying to do is we are trying to keep people watching a video as long as they possibly can. Because the platforms we work on, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, they make more money if people spend more time on the platforms. And so if you are making a video, your video should be able to catch people and then let them watch throughout. Because when they watch longer, it tells the algorithm, this is a good video. I should push it out to more people for people to watch, right? So that is what we're optimizing for. We're optimizing for a longer watch time, right? Now, what that means is that in every video that we are creating, this is a short form, every video that we are creating, we're doing basically three things. We are catching attention in the very first second to about 3 seconds. We are piquing their interest. We're catching attention. We'll get back to that. We are keeping their attention through the next 3 seconds to 1 minute. And then we are concluding effectively to give them a call to action to say like or follow or whatever, right? So let's start with the first part. We are capturing attention. We do that by doing something either visual, either auditory. Is auditory a word? I think auditory is a word. Either auditory, visual or auditory to keep them hooked, right? So you hear the word hook a lot. But the principle I use is curiosity gaps. What curiosity gaps are? They are like spaces between what you know and what you want to know. So that is a curiosity gap. In the first 3 seconds, in the first 5 seconds of your video, you are trying to create a curiosity gap. You are trying to say something where someone feels like, oh, I want to know the answer to this question. Or, oh, I want to know how this ends. That is a curiosity gap. You see that a lot in movies. Like in movies, they'll show you someone going to work. They never get to work, and then they change to a different scene. And so in your brain, subconsciously, you are trying to figure out, like, I want to close that loop. Like, why didn't the guy get to work? Why didn't he enter the car? You know, that is what is happening. In the same vein, if I bring it very practically to videos, a list video is a typical curiosity gap because they tell you here are 10 football players that are number 1 in the world, right? 10 football players.
And the last one will shock you.
And the last one will shock you. And then they'll start from number 10 and they keep on going up to number 1. That in itself is inherently a curiosity gap because you know something, but you want to know what is, you know? So that's what we are trying to do in the intro. In the first 3 seconds, in capturing attention. We're trying to do something that, hey, might be like you see me, but also we're trying to open a curiosity gap, ask a question, show something and not complete it, right? Where someone subconsciously to open a gap in their minds, they're like, okay, I want to know this answer. So that's the first thing we do, right? So for example, if we take the exposure triangle video, for example, the first line is, this triangle is the only thing you need to take great photos, no matter the camera you're using. I think that's the first line. Yeah. So this triangle is the only thing you need to take great photos. In that, you can see where the curiosity gap is.
Yeah, right.
What the hell does a triangle have to do with photos? That is a question that they need answered. And so subconsciously, they are waiting for the answer to that, right? So we catch their attention. The next steps is keeping their attention. The way we do that is by reducing as much friction as possible. What that means is that we need to validate the things that they know and build on top of it. So we never say, like, for example, one video that I made explaining a particular concept, I mentioned like a big word, you know, and then when I mentioned the big word, I said, don't leave, because I'll explain. And people in the comments were saying, if you hadn't said don't leave, I would go. What that tells you is that immediately you introduce something that something that somebody is not familiar with, there is friction. Once there's friction, they leave. Because like, okay, we are talking and then I say a word like, I say something like, you need to have the Heo XB2 566 house before you can continue watching. If they don't know that, they don't care anymore, so they go. And so what I strive to do, and I don't know if this works for everybody, but what I strive to do is to build foundations so that we agree on something, to the point where we are introduced the word that is not familiar to you. You already understand it. So you don't feel dumb. You don't feel like, oh, there's friction here. So like you just watch because you do understand the process together.
That point, reduce friction is so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you know, I'm just thinking about how you're going to do the Schrödinger's cat video because that concept alone in itself is a big word, right?
Yes.
So I think I already have your intro for you.
What's
right?
the intro?
I'm going to show you how you can be dead and alive at the same time. That sounds like a good...
Yes, that sounds like a very good... That is really good, actually.
Yes.
I might use that, to be honest. That is really good.
You should use that.
That is really good. That is really good.
You should use that because then the concept just shows... Yeah.
So
this is not a science show, so... But yeah.
So we catch attention. We keep attention by reducing friction, right? Building blocks, build blocks, And then one of the things that most people, well, I won't say most people because I do it myself. Like sometimes I forget to add a call to action. Like we've gone through this whole process and I've explained this whole thing to you. I've concluded, right? I told you. So this is how the shift key came to be because the typewriter I've concluded, right? But then I forget to say follow for more. Or I forget to say, share this video with your friends.
Share this video with your friends.
That's my camera. Share this video with your friends, 100%. I forget to say that. But the interesting thing is that people watch videos and they sometimes they get so much into the video, they forget the actions that they need to take. So just saying the word follow
brings them back to
reality and they hit it. Now, the interesting thing with that is, and I want to make this point because it is very important. Like, a lot of people say, follow, share, like for more videos. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's a psychological, and I'm sorry I don't remember the terms, but there's a psychological theory concept that says that when you ask people to do 3 things, they do neither. When you even ask them to do 2 things, they do neither. So ask them to do 1. one at a time. You know, just say, if you found this helpful, if this was useful, if this changed your mind, follow for more. Or if this share it with your friends. Never ask them to do 3, because you realize with graphs that when you ask them to do 3, less people actually do any of them. And more people do follow if you just say, just follow. You understand? So
that's crazy.
So just that in itself is a big change, like, that people can do that would directly affect your video. Like, directly, you know? Because it is crazy how just one thing you say or not say will affect how good your video will perform.
Yeah. I want to say something, make a comment about the call to action, right? You just brought my mind to the fact that they are not liking or following you, not because they don't want to, because it can be just because your video is too good.
Yes, they just got lost in it, and they are like, this is amazing.
Next.
You know?
Yeah.
So it is not like a lot of, I hear some people say, Ghanaians don't like liking, Ghanaians don't like following. But it's some of these things that, like, sometimes we just forget. Me, I watch a video sometimes. A good thing to note about the general public is how you react to some videos. Like, I'll watch a great video and I'll forget to like. And I'll be like, I forgot to like, and I go back and so it means that it is happening to other people. So just say it. You know, just say it. Just say follow. That's all.
Like.
They will. People will. Because if you actually did provide good content, they would feel like they owe you something. It is a psychological trait. They feel like they owe you something, and then they would like, or they would follow, or whatever. So I think those
curiosity
are the 3
gaps,
things. Yeah.
reducing frictions, and call to action.
That's all.
Right. So these are the 3 golden rules.
Yes, for me in short form. Yeah,
I love that.
In short form,
I love that. I want you to look in the camera, and just summarize it for me. I know what I'll use that video for.
Okay.
So just summarize the 3 points.
So what are we saying? Okay. I want to make it so that it's good for short form. If you want to succeed on short form, whether TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Spotlight, whatever, here are the 3 things you need to keep in mind. We are doing 3 things. We are capturing attention, we are keeping attention, and then we are asking the people who watch to do something, right? And so in the first part, if you want to capture attention, you need to open something we call a curiosity gap. A curiosity gap is essentially a gap between what you know and what you want to know. So if you think about, for example, list videos are typical curiosity gaps, because they tell you, here are 10 examples of football players that are amazing, and number 1 will shock you. And because it is a curiosity gap, you stay because you want to know what number 1 is. So we want to create a curiosity gap. Ask a question, say something that will capture someone's attention, but also ask them, like, let them think, I want to know the answer to this. So that's the first thing, curiosity gap. Next thing is keep attention. That is, you do that by reducing friction. So don't say big words that people are not used to, right? If you want to explain a concept to them, build it up. Slow, so that no one feels dumb when they are watching your video, right? Don't use big words, use simple words, explain, and then get to the big words. Then you reduce friction with that. The third thing is to just call to action. Just tell them to follow, or to like, or to share. Not all 3 at once, just 1. Once you do all these 3 things, you are doing the best thing you can do to make a good video, essentially. And that will reach more people. So, yeah.
I love that. If you're home, just clap for sure. Sean is amazing. I told you this guy's a deep mind, and I love it.
Thank you. You're amazing too, Charlie.
Thank you. Is AI coming for your job?
I think so. Yes, I think so.
I thought you said no.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about it the last time.
Yeah.
I think so. I think, I'm not even bitter about it. I'm just like, this is the way the world is, because you can't stop technological improvements. If we had stopped it, we wouldn't get TV. If we had stopped it, we wouldn't get phones. If we had stopped it, we wouldn't get, So I think, like, we can't stop it.
Yesterday, my sister was looking at she was looking at this content on Instagram, and she was just telling me how she could just look at. So I think it was an AI video of a baby made up of raspberry cream or something, and she was just looking at it. She said she just watches this to release stress, and she can look at it for hours.
AI slow.
And I was like, wow. Sean was actually saying the truth, because I really want to disagree with you.
Yeah.
Because, bro, and I use AI a lot, right? I'm a lover of technology. I'm a lover of saving time. I'm a lover of what AI can do. But I feel like the level of creativity, like you can tell AI, take the position of Leonardo DiCaprio and come up with the script X, Y, Z. it can come up with a script that is good, but the way that your brain can hack a story, I don't care who made that AI, whether it's Grok had a baby with perplexity and ChatGPT is the auntie.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. I think on a very general level, even right now, there's AI can't tell good stories. You know, like they just can't. They can't do good humor. They can't do that because even though they have a lot of this data, I don't think they understand fully what it means for us. The reason why something is funny, we feel is funny. The key word is feel. The reason why we feel is funny is a lot of things. It's context, it's timing, is a lot of stuff like that. Delivery. And AI doesn't understand that yet, but it's also just yet. You know, like I think it will get better. But I'm a very big believer in humans, and I'm a very big believer in the fundamental things that make us humans, which is connection, which is very good stories of struggle and change. And so I think like AI will get good at that, but humans will also, and that is why, like, even though I say AI influencers are coming and blah, 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 and you see stuff like the things that your sister is watching, which is might maybe watching, which is like those kind of weird, you know, these combining two things that are not, but they are just interesting and you might watch and, you know, like just to pass time, you know. So those things will exist. There's also the other side of like very, very hyper realistic videos that look like humans and they will talk like humans and they will do, and that will also exist. But I think the counter to that is to just lean more into your humanness, you know, lean more into your humanity, lean more into your flaws, because AI will try not to create flaws, you know, it will try to make it perfect. Even that is controversial, but lean more into your flaws, lean more into the things that are more personal and human and connection wise, and you are good. You know, that is part of the reason why we kind of pivoted into these more storytelling type videos, so that I can express struggle and challenge and growth with the videos I make. Yeah.
So what do you think the future of the landscape is going to be like
on the creative economy? Good question. It is very hard to predict the future. If I had to make guesses, I'd say there'll be a lot of AI. There'll be a lot more AI influencers in the next 5 years than humans, than human influencers, right? And that is just as a result of, if you lower the barrier to entry, like if you lower the barrier, anybody can create anything, and they will. For money-wise, I think it is in the interest of companies to use AI influencers because they can say exactly what you want them to say. You know, like when brands work with us, with humans, they deal with a lot of hurdles. We have back and forth. We are expensive. We waste time. We can't be everywhere at any point in time. But the advantage that AI influencers have is that they can be anywhere at any time. They can say exactly what you want. You know, like they can... And when they do understand analytics at a very deep point, they can capture attention with very stupid AI slop stuff or even hyper-realistic stuff.
So I was thinking about our conversation the other day about brands and AI, right? I do see it as a potential. For example, let's say Apple wants the new iPhone 30 Pro Max reviewed, right? If Sean is going through his phone, he was looking for a phone to buy, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend that flew into the country a couple of days ago. She's looking for a place to buy some beans.
Gobe.
Yeah, she needs some local food. In
my favorite.
And she called me, and I went on TikTok to look like best gobe in Accra, and I saw a whole bunch of influencers recommending. I went to the videos and I picked the one that I felt is the most believable, right? Because it's about, are you selling me something or you're actually trying to help me out? And I feel that's where the gap is going to be when it comes to AI. Because number one, you are required on social media to say this content is generated by AI, right? So if I come and say, hey, this is Michael's HB AI version, whatever, this is a 17 Pro Max that I think you should get. This content is generated by Apple. I'm not going to fall for it. But then when I feel like this is like a human being, this is Sean telling me that, oh, this is a good phone that I need to use, I'm going to believe that. Because I was like, why am I going through these recommendations for a good place to buy a gobe? And I'm skipping, because the more it feels like you're selling me something, the more I want to skip it. I'm like, I'm actually looking for a good place. I'm not looking to be sold to. Does that make sense?
I get what you mean. And to some extent, I do agree. especially with purchasing decisions with like tech, I think people, but even with that, the argument I have is that, like, it's not even an argument, it's just a thought I have that I've been thinking about for a while now. It's that these things will become so abundant and just around so much that it will be normal. We might not see it as normal. Me and you, we might not see it as normal because we grew up in a world where real is real. My little brother growing up now will grow up in a world where AI generated content is just content. Do you get what I mean?
There's not going to be, it's just content.
It's just content. Right. Even though there's AI generate, like there was for a while now, there was a TikTok trend where they were doing, oh, if my daughter brings home a robot for me to marry, this is what I'll say. I'll call him Clanker and like all those kind of things. But like that is reality, because the way the world shifts is that the more these AI influencers become plenty, then now they have a voice. Like the organizations that control them have a voice now. And so they can say, yo, you can't disrespect. This is, even though it is a technological digital token.
Speed was sued recently for abuse.
For hitting the, yeah. So like stuff crazy. Stuff like that will, and so I'm thinking more into like long term, because I want to do this long term. And so I have to consider all the other things that are going to encroach on my business, all the other things that are going to take my money to some extent, or like how I make money and fund this business essentially. And it is actually a real threat. I think in Africa it will take a while. It will take longer, but also have to choose my words right. Also, like a lot of AI generated content already here is already like taking people's minds. If you go on Facebook, for example, the mothers and things, they already think it's real life. They think Jesus come. So like stuff like that, I can see that happening more here.
But people say social media can actually move people and people are extremely gullible online. I never believed it, because I go online not believing 90% of what I see, right?
You are skeptic.
Yes.
Because you also work in the industry. So you're like, I know this guy's lying, bro. Exactly. I know this guy's lying.
When people took Ebonoa seriously, I was like, bro.
Yeah. I know, bro. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Because I was like, bro, he's making content. Like, I'm not going to fault him for it because he's making content. Like, I went on his page. The guy has like 1.1 million followers now, which is crazy. I'm like, bro, whatever you've done.
He's unique. I love him.
Yes. He's done a very good job. So I went to the beginning of his page. Like, I went way back. And I saw that this guy is a content creator. He's dressed up as a driver, trying to propose to somebody. He had this video where he was, polishing his shoe, and he came to him and was like, bro, can I use your perfume?
He's a content creator.
And the guy used all the perfume, then his shirt became wet. And that was like a funny video. He was like, okay, cool. This is a content creator. So the next video, you see him by a boat saying that he's building
Noah. You tell Noah. Let's be serious, guys.
I'm not this I can't and I will not blame anybody.
No.
I will not blame him, but I'll blame anybody that believes this is more than content.
It's entertaining. I wouldn't even say like it is entertaining. Sometimes you need these kind of things like to exist so that we laugh about it.
Exactly.
But if you're actually believing and like you are seriously writing your name to try and get, I'm like, bro, let's be guys.
I was saying that I'm just praying to God, right? And I'm talking to my Father in heaven that, bro, I want you to do something small for me on the 25th. Let it
make it rain small. That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what make it rain. It should rain so that people will get scared. And then we'll just laugh about it. I want it to rain. I actually want it to rain.
Anyway, enough about
Ebonoa
and his arc, right? Sean, let me ask this question, right? What is the monetization? Right? I've asked two other people this on this particular season,
right?
And because it's a big problem for creators, and even me. I have a business that can feed the podcast, right? This is expensive, right? Even at the level that I decide to do it on, this is quite pricey, right? And I see people that are doing this as their full-time job,
right?
And they have it, and they have a team and XYZ, and content monetization is a bit of a struggle in the part of the world that we are in, right? What do you think can close the gap? I know the Ministry of Communications is doing what they can with communications with TikTok, XYZ, right? And I'm hearing that the main issue is fraud, these companies believe that the financial economy in this side of the world is they don't want to enter it too much because of fraud and scams.
I don't
You don't
agree
believe it?
with
You
that.
don't believe it?
No,
Right?
no. I think it's a PR answer.
Yeah.
I think it's a PR answer. They won't make as much money. You know, they don't make as much money here. I had the opportunity to go to Germany this year. And then when I went there, immediately we went to Belgium. So immediately I got to Belgium, I scrolled on TikTok. I saw so many ads. It was like every two scrolls, there's an ad.
Even on
Every
Snapchat.
Exactly. Every 2 scrolls, there's an ad. And if you think about how these companies, I always like to think about what is the incentives of these social media companies. Like they want to keep attention, they want to make money, right? And so if you are in Europe where Apple will run an ad on your platform and like Walmart or whoever will run an ad on your platform, then your platform on its own is making a lot of money. And so then you can share some with creators, you know, like that's how YouTube basically works. Like ad, I give you 45%. That's how YouTube works. In this part of the world, companies don't run as many ads on YouTube, you know, and they don't pay as premium a price as the other places. And so just by virtue, and that in itself, if you go deeper in that, it's like, okay, how many people are actually buying when they run ads? You know, like when I have a company, I want to run an ad on YouTube. How many people in Ghana, how many people in Africa, how many people in Ghana are actually buying when I run an ad on YouTube, right? Because if they are buying, then I'm incentivized to run more ads on YouTube. YouTube makes more money, creators make more money, right? So it is what it is, you know, like purchasing power, all that, it is what it is. And so that's on the side of like Africa. That is what is happening. And so if YouTube is not making enough money, they don't share enough, like they don't share as much with creators, right? So that is basically how it works. And if you bring that down to Africa, that is why we exist the way we exist. I think I saw a carousel maybe 2 or 3 days ago that like we don't need to, for the longest time, tech in Africa, and I'm sure you know this, like we see PayPal and we see those kind of financial things, we are like, oh, we want them to come here. But we've built our own stuff. We've built Momo, we've built M-Pesa, we've built all these things. Yeah. The only thing left is connection. Like, how do you connect YouTube to Momo? So the carousel I saw, they were basically saying in Nigeria, you have maybe 200 million people watching a certain type of video, and the creator is making $1,300. That is not enough. But imagine if you just ask every one of them to pay 100 naira or whatever. That is a lot of money that you can generate, even more than these people will make. But then the question becomes, how do you connect those two? Like, there needs to be a financial way for YouTube to directly, or Patreon or whoever, to get the money directly. And it also needs to be built in our infrastructure. It's like, I can't come and charge you $50 because I know that our money no bunch like that. So if I'm charging you just 20 CDs for you to watch my video, but multiply that by the thousands of people that have watched the video.
Right. So
I'm making money.
So are we talking about because these are the conversations that I love, right? Because I'm a builder.
Another builder.
I love to build. So are we talking about like a platform aside the already existing social media like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram that we have, or we're talking about a plugin that works with these social medias?
I think a
plugin would be good.
Yeah, a plugin would be good.
A whole new platform.
It won't happen. It won't happen. So I think
it's something we can explore.
Definitely. You know, like I think for Africa with monetization, I think the better thing to do is like from viewers to, like, we need to invest more in like viewers to creator. You know, because these platforms are not going to pay us as much. Because I don't even think that the economy is bad here. It's just that
the money can't move around.
Yes, you Bob, like, and they are not willing to invest as much.
I'm willing
here.
to create an app called Monetize that does that. Like
Please do.
Please do. You can connect, bro. Your viewers must be willing to give, right? You can it can be somewhere in your comment section on your bio. You just click a link.
Exactly.
A pop-up. They can
do
CD,
directly. Yeah, and I think like for us, one of the things I strive to do, the reason why I spend so much time on my videos is that I want to change the narrative of like in Ghana or in Africa, the type of videos we make are just no, I think you can actually spend more time. I think you can focus on your storytelling. I think you can do and create great videos that people will even like to pay for, that people will come to theaters to watch,
Yeah.
like type of stuff like that. And I think Ghanaians have it inherently in them to create beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
And so if there's the infrastructure for something like that to happen where I make a video and it's so dope and I'll release it to the public, but like you're interested in the story now, I've taken you through.
Just buy me a coffee. Because
That's all.
you can see that on some of these free platforms that provide a service.
Yeah.
Buy a coffee for the creator.
Yeah, Substack and those kind of,
Yeah, we can figure that out.
So built into our system, because all of them are optimized for PayPal
Yeah.
and for Stripe.
We'll figure that out.
We don't have that yet.
We'll figure that
So
out.
if we can do that.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But Sean, I told the LP that I want to see him come out with a social media platform this year. That not a social media platform, a tech platform.
Okay.
That it can do whatever AI or tech platform that can do whatever he wants it to do. It's just an assignment I'm giving him.
Okay.
Right. And he was like, oh, he already has one platform that is like coming out and rolling out. I was like, okay, that's cool. So I'm also gonna give you an assignment, right?
Okay.
Before the end of the year, I want to see like a short film.
A short film?
Yes.
Okay, that's dope. That's actually I'm really interested.
I really want to see a short film.
Okay.
I'm willing to executive produce it.
Okay.
I'm willing to.
Okay.
Short film.
Okay, that's actually dope.
15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We can put a crew together, come up with a story, whatever story you want.
Okay.
15 minutes. We drop it on YouTube.
That's actually so interesting. Like this is good. This is really good.
Yes.
I'm willing to work on it. 100%.
We should work on
100%.
it. Right?
That's dope.
It should be. I was going to say it shouldn't be crazy, but it can't be anything that you want to do.
We can't not do crazy.
Anything
we have
you want
to do crazy.
It should be. Bro, and I know you have it in you.
Oh.
I really know you have it in you. Seeing
Charlie.
the videos that you're doing, I know if we just add 20 more minutes to that, like a 30 minutes movie,
Yeah.
like written and produced
Type
by
shit.
Sean.
Type shit.
But
We can do that.
So please,
we can do that.
put me in the credits for.
For sure.
Idea
for sure. You did
generator.
a big one.
Yes.
Big one, another builder. He's so go put out for there.
Yeah, bro.
Charlie,
So that is what I really want to see you do this year. And I already have expectations that I know you're going to like be big on social media, going to get 10x the followers you already have, 10x the deals, 10x the money.
Yeah.
All that is going to come because of your consistency.
Yeah.
But I want you to branch and do one short film for me.
For sure.
It doesn't even have to be at the beginning of the year. We can use all the beginning of the year to do research, planning, budgeting, and we can shoot mid-year and drop it.
Because a
30 minutes video, we can even premiere it at Silver Bear.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Honestly, yes, I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
Let's shake on
Funny
it.
enough, so there's this guy, I have to share this. So there's this guy called Tejas, right? He's a YouTuber. He makes videos, like I really, really admire his videos. To be honest, if you watch his video, you'll probably see a lot of like influence in my type of stuff. And last year he did like a series where he premiered the last episode of a series, which were like 20 minute, 30 minutes videos on YouTube. He premiered the last on a big screen. And I was thinking I'd love to do something like that.
Bro, you should.
So like
you have it in you more than you
I'd
should,
love
bro.
to do something like that.
You should.
So,
We should just figure out what the story is going to be.
yeah. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. 100%.
It's been a lovely conversation, brother.
Charlie. Same, likewise. I feel so at home. See the way I just
Yeah.
I feel
bro,
so at home.
I love having you here.
Me too.
Let's wrap up. I'm sure maybe there's something you wanted to share that I didn't even ask you.
Okay.
So, few message nuggets to my fans. So subscribe to my fans. My God, that's so funny.
And
To
my
my
fans,
subscribers and my family.
Right.
To the elevators. What do you want to tell them?
I have to share the story. So I can look in my camera. I just need to look in my camera.
You can look in your camera.
So, since we were born in this country, since we started going to school, we used to have awards, like at the end of the year, So they'll do a overall best student. They'll do a most diligent, neatness, those kind of awards. And they always had one in there like most creative. And, when I was a child, I wasn't a very traditionally creative person. I couldn't draw. Like I can't draw still. I was those kind of math people, science people. I'm very, very reading, those type of people. And so I never won an award like that. I won a couple other awards, but I never won an award like that. I had never been called creative in my life. And I suspect you have never been called creative in your life as well. Because the way we define creative in this country is someone, or at least at that younger age in the schools, is someone who can draw or someone who can do something with their hands, something like that. And that is creative. I really cherish people like that. That is creative. But I wonder if there are other forms of creativity that we don't explore in our schools. There are other forms of creativity that you have in you as an elevator that you haven't explored yet. If I think back to my life, starting this content creation thing, it opened an avenue for people to call me creative, for people to see me as a creative, because we had these social media platforms and I could do whatever and publish whatever at any point in time. And so my message to you is, we have an avenue now. Whatever you are interested in, whether it is Legos, whether it is building houses, whether it is masonry, whether it is carpentry, that is your creative edge. That is your creativity. And we have avenues for you to share that now. So please do. I want to see more Ghanaians share their creativity. I want to see more Ghanaians share their stories on the internet and on these platforms that we have. Because if we don't, no one else is going to share them. We are the TV. If we don't share our stories, the kids who come after us won't know what we went through. And they won't know what our fathers and mothers went through. So please share your stories. Tell me about the house you lived in when you were 5. Tell me about the person you met on the road and then they threw you on the road. Tell me about your stories. Tell me your stories. And be creative. That's all.
Charlie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice. Charlie, I love the conversation. And I have to say this too.
Yeah.
You are doing an amazing job, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
there are
you
not
so
a lot
much.
of podcasts in the country, period. And there are not a lot of podcasts in the country that are doing the type of stuff that you are doing, you know,
I appreciate it.
educating, elevating, and empowering us, the youth.
Because I feel like there are too many, but thank you.
Oh, no. I think you are doing an amazing job.
Thank
And
you,
I think
thank you.
this thing is going to grow bigger and bigger to the point where we have to go be small people. We know if we come here again. So, like, yeah,
Bro, anytime you want to come, just give me a call.
Please,
Anytime.
Please keep up. Don't stop.
I appreciate you. bro.
More big people.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button so that we can bring more people.
Yeah.
And yeah, Charlie, it was dope having you.
See you guys same time next week. Chill, my elevators.
Bye-bye.
It can't be anything that you want
can't not
to
do crazy.
Anything
We have
you
to
wanna
do crazy.
It should be. Bro, and I know you have it in you. I really know you have it in you. Seeing
Charlie.
the videos that you're doing, I know if we just add 20 more minutes to that, like a 30 minutes movie,
Yeah.
like written and produced
Type
by
shit.
Sean.
Type shit.
But that would be,
We can do that.
so please,
We can do that.
put me in the credits for.
For sure.
Idea
for sure. You did
generator.
a big one.
Yes.
Big one, another builder. so go put out for there.
Yeah, bro.
Charlie,
So
that's
that is what I really want to see you do this year. And
You're
I
welcome.
already have expectations that I know you're going to like big on social media, going to get 10x the followers you already have, 10x the deals, 10x the money.
Yeah.
All that is going to come because of your consistency.
Yeah,
But I want you to branch and do one short film
film.
for me.
for sure.
It doesn't even have to be at the beginning of the year. We can use all the beginning of the year to do research, planning, budgeting, and we can shoot mid-year and drop it.
I'd
Because
love
a,
to do that.
a
I'd
30
love to
minutes
do
video,
that.
we can even premiere it at Silver Bear.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Honestly, yes, I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
Let's shake on
Funny
it.
enough. So there's this guy. I have to share this. So there's this guy called Tejas, right? He's a YouTuber.
Mhm.
He makes videos like I really, really admire his videos. To be honest, if you watch his video, you'll probably see a lot of like influence in my type of stuff. And last year he did like a series where he premiered the last episode of a series, which were like 20 minute, 30 minutes videos on YouTube. He premiered the last on a big screen. And I was thinking I'd love to do something
Bro,
like that.
you should.
So like
You have it in you more than you
I'd
should,
love
bro.
to do something like
You
that.
should.
So,
We should just figure out what the story is going to be.
yeah. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna
Yes.
make it happen. 100%.
It's been a lovely conversation, brother.
Charlie. Same, likewise. I feel so at home. See the way I just
Yeah.
I feel
Bro,
so at home.
I love having you here.
Me too.
Let's wrap up. I'm sure maybe there's something you wanted to share that I didn't even ask you.
Okay.
So, few message nuggets to my fans. So
Okay.
subscribe to my fans. My God, that's so funny.
And
To
my
my
fans,
subscribers and my family.
Right.
To the elevators. What do you want to tell them?
I have to share the story. So I can look in my camera. I just need to look in my camera.
You can look in your camera.
So, since we were born in this country, since we started going to school, we used to have awards, like at the end of the year, So they'll do an overall best student. They'll do a most diligent, neatness, those kind of awards. And they always had one in there like most creative. And, when I was a child, I wasn't a very traditionally creative person. I couldn't draw. Like I can't draw still. I was those kind of math people, science people. I'm very, very reading, those type of people. And so I never won an award like that. I won a couple other awards, but I never won an award like that. I had never been called creative in my life. And I suspect you have never been called creative in your life as well. Because the way we define creative in this country is someone, or at least at that younger age in the schools, is someone who can draw or someone who can do something with their hands, something like that. And that is creative. I really cherish people like that. That is creative. But I wonder if there are other forms of creativity that we don't explore in our schools. There are other forms of creativity that you have in you as an elevator that you haven't explored yet. If I think back to my life, starting this content creation thing, it opened an avenue for people to call me creative, for people to see me as a creative, because we had these social media platforms and I could do whatever and publish whatever at any point in time. And so my message to you is, we have an avenue now. Whatever you're interested in, whether it is Legos, whether it is building houses, whether it is masonry, whether it is carpentry, that is your creative edge. That is your creativity. And we have avenues for you to share that now. So please do. I want to see more Ghanaians share their creativity. I want to see more Ghanaians share their stories on the internet and on these platforms that we have. Because if we don't, no one else is going to share them. We are the TV. If we don't share our stories, the kids who come after us won't know what we went through. And they won't know what our fathers and mothers went through. So please share your stories. Tell me about the house you lived in when you were 5. Tell me about the person you met on the road and then they threw you on the road. Tell me about your stories. Tell me your stories. And be creative. That's all.
Charlie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice. Charlie, I love the conversation. And I have to say this too.
Yeah.
You are doing an amazing job, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
there are
you
not
so
a lot
much.
of podcasts in the country, period. And there are not a lot of podcasts in the country that are doing the type of stuff that you are doing, you know,
I appreciate
educating, elevating, and empowering us, the youth.
Because I feel like there are too many, but thank you.
Oh, no. I think you are doing an amazing job.
Thank
And
you,
I think
thank you.
this thing is going to grow bigger and bigger to the point where we will go be small people. We'll never come here again. So, like, yeah.
Bro, anytime you want to come, you just give me a call.
Please,
Anytime.
Please keep up. Don't stop.
I appreciate you. Bro.
More big people.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button so that we can bring more people.
Yeah.
And yeah, Charlie, it was dope having you.
See you guys same time next week. Chill, my elevators.
Bye-bye.